kidding me? This is Sideways Talk with Riff Johnson. Go get him, Mr. Riff.
I'm falling sideways under your days.
All right, we're rolling. First podcast ever by myself. I'm Riff Johnson. It is May 28th, 2021, the first show, and I believe we're calling this thing Sideways Talk with Riff Johnson. And I have the first guest, a friend of mine for many years, a legend in Bangor, Maine, even no matter what he tells you. It is the man from WKIT, the voice of radio, Stephen King's radio station, Mr. Dave Isaac. How do you do, Dave?
What's going on, man?
This is like a reversal of roles.
Yeah,
right now.
I was going to say that. You know, the many times that I had you on the old Homemade Jam show.
Yes,
it was me being the big personality.
it's true.
And you were the guest.
I know.
And now you're the big personality. I am the mere guest.
Mere, hardly. You remember when I used to always call it the wrong name of the radio show, and you were like, "The hell, it's Homemade Jam."
What did you used to call it?
So we can talk about this now because this is internet radio.
Yeah.
Technically, it was. I called it. It was WTOS's Homegrown.
Homegrown.
I kept calling it Homegrown.
Oh yeah, that was aggravating.
You just text me. You can email me. Say, no, it's. Correct me.
If you're planning on a trip to Skowhegan anytime, you can be on the Homegrown.
That's true.
Otherwise, you're on the Homemade Jam.
I was on Homemade
Sucker.
Jam much more than I was on Homegrown. It's so funny. It was so much fun. You've always supported me.
Oh yeah.
Geez, for nearly a decade, probably.
Remember we did the Riff's Rockin' Road Trip?
It's true.
We called it every week.
That was great. You know, so which is funny because now I'm planning a tour.
Yeah.
It was 2015. I think 2015, or I was going into 2016, whatever it was. I went all down the whole East Coast, United States, and
Right.
I played shows. I stayed with people, friends and family, and it was a wonderful thing. And then you would let me call in literally from the road on the phone.
Right.
And we're like, we're checking in with Riff Johnson this week. Where in the world is Riff?
Yeah, Riff's Rockin' Road Trip, we called it. Right.
Yeah,
sure.
and this one's going to just be called. I'm even making it easier. We're calling it the Riff Show.
Hey,
I think that's what we've decided.
why not?
I've got a friend now in Canada, Paige,
Right.
and Paige is helping me book the tour. She helps me with a lot of social media
Right.
stuff. She's very smart. She has a background in a lot of things, and super nice. Well, she's Canadian. They can't help it.
Oh, they're really nice up there.
Exactly. She's not on that part of Canada.
Oh, she's not in that part then.
No. That's actually much better than I can do. Andrew's going to call in.
Oh, I've
Andrew
been
Irving.
a professional idiot on the radio for many years.
Well,
so.
I tell people that too. For over a decade now, I've been. I literally just sit in front of people, act foolish, and ask them what music they want to hear,
And then they give you money.
and they pay me. I don't get it. I mean, please keep doing it.
Yeah.
Every
Yeah.
venue, every place,
Right.
and on this tour. But no, it's so much fun. I'm so lucky to do what I do, and I was very grateful always for you to have myself and my band, my friends' band, and Trisha and Brent and everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Amber
all those
and
people, sure.
it's a good time. I mean,
Ooh, Amber.
and beautiful women. I mean, it's all it's a good thing. You got some pretty good pictures.
Oh,
of it.
yeah. Oh,
they,
yeah.
They come up in my memories every now
I was
and
in.
then.
My favorite was the one where I was in a Trisha and Amber sandwich.
I
you
mean,
know.
yes,
I was the
absolutely.
meat in that sandwich.
You were. I was the meathead in that sandwich. It's great
Oh,
though.
my.
How cool! I mean, if you're gonna have a job like that, you might as well take it like a rock star.
Sure. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
So
So
now I'm all retired and stuff.
well, that's probably another adventure.
That's a whole other thing.
How you feel? How long you been retired now?
November 2017. So
Oh, geez.
going well.
4?
Yeah, this will be going on 4 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you have to make yourself wake up in the morning? Do you wake up
Nope.
whenever the F you feel
Nope.
like it?
Nope. Not at all.
How cool is that?
That is pretty cool.
It's cool, man.
But it's like, I'm still on the payroll. I go in when somebody wants a vacation, somebody's sick or whatever. Like Scotty Moore, our ScoMo. He got the COVID.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
he got the COVID.
And
so
you're in next week?
I'm in next week. But yeah, I did 3 weeks for SCO while he was recovering from the COVID, and he got it bad, and then his wife got it worse. So
I've heard a lot of that.
Yeah.
Happening like that.
in fact, the last week he had pretty much recovered, but she still needed care. So I stayed another week because I was just going to do 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I stayed another week so that.
Well, I mean, probably bouncing back. I mean, if you can bounce back from that.
Yeah, he still has symptoms too.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah.
So probably a good thing. It's such a strange thing, man. It hits people different ways,
Yeah.
and people might not even know they have it, and they have it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But I'm glad he's still with us,
Yeah.
the ScoMo, and gee, your brain smells terrific.
That's the guy. It's that guy right there. But yeah, no, I am going in next week for 4 days,
Yep.
and then the following Monday. So nice little supplement to the Social Security.
My buddy Greg's doing what they call per diem in nursing. So
Oh,
this
okay.
guy jumping in there, just jumping in when they need some help, or
Right, exactly.
It's nice. It's not like you have to learn anything.
No.
just like
It's
an old bite, old hat.
Exactly, and of course after I retired, I think there was rumors that I'd been bumped for the Alice Cooper show,
Yeah.
and here on the internet worldwide, I was not bumped for the Alice Cooper show.
Okay.
They got the Alice Cooper show, and we had it on Saturday nights, and instead of hiring somebody to replace me, they decided to cut back that amount of payroll, but I could have stayed as long as I wanted.
Actually, I like the Alice Cooper show.
It is pretty good.
He's an intelligent dude.
Yeah,
Like-
he is.
Like, it's just so weird to like. Have you seen him perform?
Maybe.
Maybe.
It was
Let's
the
talk about that
70s. It was
decade.
the 70s, man.
It was the 70s, man.
I might have.
I saw him.
He was here.
when he was here with supposedly the last Motley Crue show.
Oh, right.
The one where Tommy Lee had hurt his tendonitis or whatever, and it did not play that night.
Oh.
So the guy from Alice Cooper played both shows.
Oh, really? Wow.
That's a hell of a drummer.
That's working.
And of course, do you know Nita Strauss, who plays guitar for him? I'll show you some pictures. She's
I've seen that.
she's
Yeah.
blonde and beautiful and
Lovely.
incredible,
And a great player.
incredible, and seems like an incredible human being.
Yeah.
Which is really cool because I think now that I'm teaching guitar again, I show her to some of my students, like little kids that
Yep.
are just like, want to see somebody really cool? And there's Nita Strauss just ripping up the guitar, and she's a metalhead. But she plays for Alice Cooper, and their show was so good. They opened for Motley Crue, and it was just so great. They had the big Frankenstein thing out there, and he was in a straight jacket, and it was so entertaining.
Did they do the guillotine?
I don't think they did.
No, okay.
I don't think, I'm not sure what that is, and I don't think they did.
Seems
it.
like that would be something you'd remember.
Yeah. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this, but I was there, and it was just, it was so entertaining. And his band is always, I guess he's known for always having the best hired guns.
Oh, yeah.
As in musicians, and they just sounded so good. So, but yeah, to hear him on a radio show talking about facts and talking about life and stuff, it's funny to know. And probably a lot of musicians are maybe thoughtful or deep in thought and think of a lot of things. And
Right, sure.
philosophical, whatever they are. It was just cool. It's kind of cool to see that side of him, I guess. So
Yeah.
anyway, you can catch Alice Cooper sometimes late nights on WKIT,
7 to midnight.
7 to midnight. Is that every night?
That is every night but Sunday.
Okay.
Sunday night they have Little Steven's Underground Garage. That's a great show too.
Little Steve. Oh, Stephen King.
No,
Yeah.
no.
who's Little
Steven Van Zandt from the Springsteen band.
Oh, okay.
Miami Steve.
Miami Steve. Okay.
He was on the Sopranos too.
All right. Is that when we did the show? Was that Sundays?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Was it Thursdays? When the hell was that show?
Thursday.
Okay, Thursday.
night, 10 o'clock.
It's been so long.
Right? No, it was 11 o'clock, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right. Most working people had gone to bed. And they're like, hey, will you stay up till midnight to listen to my song on WKIT?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I didn't have any thoughts like, oh yeah, man, people are just, I figured, well, there's probably people tuning in to listen to themselves on the radio, and there may be a few others, but I didn't have any high pretenses about, anything like that.
Yeah. I know a lot of people were grateful for it, and really bummed that it ended.
Well,
Kind of ended with you.
yeah.
You kept it going.
Yeah, but that was Bobby Russell.
Yeah.
He was the program director for WK. I tell you, morning guy. Bobby, it was his idea. He came to me and he says, "These people are driving me crazy, looking for some place. We're gonna do a show at night.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a local radio, a local music show." And so, all right, and stuff started trickling in, and then the trickle turned into a river, and the river turned into a deluge.
Yeah.
The hard part was, the hard part for me was like, well, you're going to play my song? You're going to play my song? And the hard part was, dude, you suck,
Yeah.
Because not everybody who submits music is any good,
Yeah. Or maybe their audio was not up to par.
Maybe their audio
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
but if a poorly recorded song, like there was a woman from Bar Harbor, I can't remember her name. She was always sending me stuff, but she had, I don't know if it was like she was, it was almost like there was a click track going on. And I don't know if her teeth were slamming together or if she was, stomping on something, but, she was really talented. She was really good, but I couldn't play her because her recordings were just god awful.
Wow. Did you? Well, that's a hard thing for people. Well, for some people, that's a hard thing to hear.
Right?
Me being a musician, I've had to hear some things in the past where I was like,
Well, it's probably people don't like you too. I know there's people
there's got to be
that
at least
like
two.
me.
There's at least two that don't like me. I don't know. There might be more.
Screw them.
Yeah. Yes.
What do they know?
Well, they don't know. They don't listen. They don't follow.
Exactly.
Some people. So did you let her know that she?
No,
couldn't
I
play it?
mean-
You just didn't play it.
I'm not going to call somebody up and say, well, I'm not going to play you. I just don't play them. And if you don't hear yourself, that's why.
Yeah, there's some reason. Either you suck.
Or I used to like the ones, yes, would you call me when you're going to play my song so I can listen to myself on the radio? And it's like, dude, listen to the damn station, You want to hear yourself? Turn on your radio,
I mean, I'm not going to say I didn't get a text once in a while from Dave say, "Hey, guess who's going to be on the show tonight?" the song I did with Sierra Carey,
Yeah.
and Jared
Oh, yeah.
recorded. I think you played that for a good year straight.
Well, it's a great song. And you were always like, well, there's this other song I'd really like you to play. Okay, well, I'll play it. I'll play that. But I really liked that song.
It was good. I could see that in I don't know, on big radio or in a movie or something. I don't know. I think and her vocals are so good.
Right.
That helped. That helped me look good. So thank Sierra. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jared, thank you for recording it.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's the song was just so good that I had to,
Yeah.
It's like I wouldn't play it every week, but I wanted to.
Yeah. It's like, Dave, are you showing favoritism? Hey, it's Sierra. What can I do?
What can I do?
You know who loved that too was Jim Murphy. I emailed that to Jim, drummer from 80-something band and multiple bands
Yep.
In the Bangor area since the beginning of time. And Jim's a great guy. And he was just like, dude, that song is perfect.
Yeah.
Just I love that song so much. Just don't change a thing. Just I love it.
Oh, right. And another cool thing about doing that show is I met some people, and I got to actually play on people's records, know.
Yes.
Like Lori Jones. I did a couple of songs with her, the great Lori Jones.
Yeah.
Did some stuff with Doug Hoyt. That was fun.
Yep.
And
Spilled milk.
so I got something back from it,
Yeah.
in those respects. And like knowing you, I mean, you helped me record a song that I had written that it had been in my head for years.
Yeah.
And then you helped me record that song. And it was just, it turned out just the way I had always heard it in my head,
That
so
was
you
good.
did a great job.
And I'll tell you, Dave came over first thing, and he was like, "Let me see your guitar," and he was showing me how to play Thunder Road which is a new one I got to add by.
Yeah, you do.
The Boss.
Yeah.
The Boss.
It's only 5 chords, man.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
And it was good, and I love it. And it's just so funny. But as you were playing that, I didn't tell you this, but I was thinking of your song.
Oh, really?
Just the that same feeling, that kind of you would call it what, Americana? This is not hold on, folks. My microphone is not holding still. There, we're gonna do that. We're gonna adjust this a little bit. Pull it closer. There we go. I feel comfortable now. But yeah, that kind of feeling, because your song was about like Bar Harbor and the faces have changed and the people, you don't know anyone anymore.
I don't know anyone anymore. The town I don't even know the town anymore, you know.
And it was called?
Anyone in Town Knows My Name.
Anyone in Town.
Yeah.
I still got your lyric playing here.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Cool.
I should learn it and play it.
You can.
Just throw it out there sometime.
You can. Go ahead.
So the great Dave Isaac wrote this jam.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm a humble. I'm a humble son of a bitch, you know.
You are. You're a very kind person, and I appreciate our friendship for years. And everyone that knows you loves you.
No, they don't.
Well, everyone that I know that doesn't dare to tell me that they don't like you.
Yeah, okay.
Tell me they love you.
Appreciate that.
And I was going to mention the song with Sierra is All We Need to Know. It's actually on my album. You can go to iTunes and Apple Music and the sort YouTube. You can actually search. I just made a YouTube playlist of my entire album because I didn't realize it was on there.
Oh yeah.
Because when you got to search very specifically, but I made a playlist. So if you find Riff Johnson on YouTube, you can check out my Reinvention album from 2017. Mm-hmm. He listed the whole damn thing on YouTube. So some people say, well, I don't have Spotify, I don't have whatever. And everyone has YouTube.
Right. Yeah.
The access to it.
I got it on my phone. I got it on my tablet. I got it on my PC, my laptop.
That stuff blows me away.
Yeah.
Just technology still. Just little things. The fact that we can call and look at each other and talk.
Right.
Almost like you're in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
It's incredible.
And
it's free. It's free.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it was like something you fantasize. I mean, you know, I'm a bit older than you. Quite a bit, actually,
couple years.
Let's not go. Yeah, a couple of years. But well, the fact that I retired and take Social Security should be a hint to some.
Yes,
you know.
I'm fast approaching. But yes, go ahead.
Yeah. But that's the sort of thing we dreamed about. One day we'll have phones with TV screens in them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like you've seen that illustration of like a phone replacing this room full of stuff.
Exactly.
It's just amazing.
And it has.
Yeah.
Some of those computers that would take up an entire room.
Yeah.
It is literally like in a microchip.
Yeah.
Or something.
There's more computing power in my phone than was used to send a man to the moon.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, if that ever happened, let's not go there.
Hey.
I can't do. I'm sure I'll have people on here talking about different things, flat Earth and whatnot. But I'm all for thinking that the moon thing happened. So
yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
too.
I'm good. That's good. And anybody that wants to come on and talk about that, you can chat and give your point of view.
Right.
And, let's just not talk about
however
it the whole
wrong
show.
you might be.
Also true, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We'll still love you the same. We'll just, we just won't tell you. We'll just talk about you behind your back.
That's just the best way to handle it,
It is. So funny. This is fun. I literally didn't have any. Like, I listen to podcasts.
Right.
I think everybody has heard of Joe Rogan. And there's other podcasts around that. Just people. I don't know. It doesn't matter. As long as it's someone that I think is interesting to me, I think I would just listen to them just for the sake of it's free. And when I drive, I don't listen to music.
Right.
Unless I'm trying to learn something, I don't listen to any music. I listen to audiobooks, typically about personal development in the music industry and things like that. And then I will listen to podcasts. And
actually, I've got an audiobook. I know you're heading out later this year. I should get. I won it in a contest, and I'd already read the book, and I really don't. I think it's Stephen King's Pet Cemetery or something.
Oh, wow! You know what I listened to?
Yeah.
All 44 hours of it.
Oh God!
Have you?
That is a monster book. Yeah. Oh, I've read that thing.
Well, what really impressed me was when it was the character of the funny guy in the story. I'm already forgetting people's names. And he literally in the book he refers to He goes. You know, I'm not Chuck Foster or Bill or Bobby Russell or whatever. He like mentions the two names in the book, and I'm like, wow, they're immortal. Well, of course, Chuck Foster's not with us anymore.
No.
And I'm like, these guys are immortalized in a Stephen King book, and they're local DJs for WKT. How cool is that? And Bobby Russell, of course, now is the guy.
I worked with Chuck when I first got into radio down at the Fox 104.7. I know we pay the dough, you know, Fox.
Yep.
Yes, and I learned so much stuff from him. You know, it's like best piece of radio advice he ever gave, and a lot of. I mean, you could apply this to almost anything. It's like I was really upset because the night before I was doing the overnight, and I had said coming up at 6, and I inverted Chuck's name.
Oh, I've heard. I just hit me what that might be.
Yeah, I inverted it.
I got you.
And I was really upset, and I talked to him about it, and he says, "Forget it. It's gone. It's out there. You can't go back and fix it. So just
it's true.
Move ahead." That was one of the best pieces of advice I ever got from anybody on the radio.
Just don't beat yourself up.
Don't beat yourself up. You did it.
Yeah.
You did it. It's gone. You can't go back and fix it.
That's interesting. I think a lot of people are so scared to do some things that they're just so worried. Well, what if I don't do it right? I'll tell you, anything you try that's different, you're gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
Like that's the best way to learn.
Yeah.
just do it. If you don't, you don't know how to play guitar or something.
Exactly.
So just try it. You're gonna mess it up.
Yeah.
But if you keep with it, you'll probably get better.
Yeah. Probably. You might.
Good. I know Arlen, Kid from Z107.
Oh, yeah. He's a good guy.
He was really broke up about Chuck Foster. I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen a lot of his posts, and I never met him. But that's another guy. Everybody that I saw making posts, so many people in that community.
Yeah.
What a big loss that was, and he must have been a really well liked and respected guy.
Oh yeah, and just a monster talent, a monster voice. Just amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, even when I got into radio, as you say, what if I can't do this? What if I can't? But I had to do something. I had to do something because I worked in shoe factories.
Yeah.
Before I got into radio, I was if anybody has ever worked in a factory, I was a cutter.
Yep.
Yeah, which is a good, one of the better jobs you can have.
Are you saying that the two things weren't really the same?
Yeah.
A little different.
It was a little
learning curve.
It was a little learning curve. So I was working at Viner Shoe in Bangor, and they shut down.
Oh wow!
But they gave us, they gave us pay for as many years as we'd been there, a week's pay for every year we'd been there.
Sure.
And there was a government retraining program, and they would pay for a year of education.
Oh, cool.
So I didn't know what to do. I'm looking through this. You could work in water purification. That'd be a good job. Mm-hmm. What are you going to do? And I went to a thing, like a job workshop, and they said, if you don't know what you want to do, what did you want to do when you were 12?
Okay.
I wanted to be a disc jockey.
Really?
I did. I wanted to be. There was this guy in Cleveland. When I was growing up in Cleveland. Lovable Jerry G, he was great.
Yeah.
And I listened to him every night, and I wanted to be like that. And I wanted to be a night guy too, and that worked out too.
Talk about manifesting something.
Right, and it's like everything I wanted to do worked out, I mean, I got fired like 2 or 3 times. I got fired from the Fox.
Yep.
That was okay. I was working up in Lincoln at this rinky-dink radio station up there. I got fired from there too.
Wow.
And then I just kept hanging around KIT, and Bobby finally took me on, and the rest is. You
were like hanging outside the door, or you?
No. I mean, I'd go up once a week to apply.
Oh, okay.
Because there was nothing. Sure. So he hired me to do some board operations on the AM, and put me on the and then put me on the air on the weekends.
Then they found out you were good.
I wasn't good.
That you had something. You weren't yet.
I wasn't good yet.
Okay.
It's like I told ScoMo, it was like a year or two before I retired. We were talking one day, and I said, it's only been in the last 2 or 3 years that I've actually thought maybe I'm good at this.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, and I did it for 25 years at KIT.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Ha! That's cool.
So you can turn your life around.
Absolutely.
Dave, the motivational speaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how old were you when you started into radio? I guess is a good question.
35.
35, and that's with. You were in Lincoln, and then where were you before Lincoln?
Fox 104.7.
So that was 35.
9 in a row, and we pay the dough.
That's good. That sounds legit to me. I didn't hear it before, but I'm going to say that sounded like a radio thing.
It was a big contest. If they didn't play 9 in a row, when they first went on the air, if they didn't play 9 in a row, at least once in an hour, then you win $500 if you caught them.
Oh, so everybody's listening, and they want to find faults.
Exactly.
I like that.
And then of course they'd only actually do the 9 in a row thing during rating periods.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the rest of the year, it's not going to happen on the overnight. It's going to happen on the program director's show, some fine afternoon.
Yeah.
9 in a row, and we pay the dough.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's a foxy way to play.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't that suck?
Doesn't that suck? Well, I'm glad you only had to relive that just now.
God, I'd forgotten all about that. Yeah. It's a foxy way to play.
It's a foxy way to play. But I mean, that's radio.
You had to be a yucker down there, too.
Catchy stuff. And
yeah.
Well, I mean, you were talking about our friend, oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Yes.
Bruce. Bruce is on the radio. Bruce,
oh, yeah. Brian Matthews.
No, wait. Oh my God.
Bruce Worcester.
Is that? Oh, he was Brian Matthews?
He was Brian Matthews.
Okay. And what was his thing? Something about
he had a
In the Dark. No, what was that?
No, it was the Munch Machine.
That's what it was, the Munch Machine.
The Munch Machine, He had this tape of like things grinding.
Yeah.
You'd be grinding, and every night at 8, the kids would call in. He had a big, it was a big top 40 station, and he had a thing called the Munch Machine, and you'd call in and say, and you'd have to have a reason.
Yeah.
And then they'd grind up your friend, in the Munch Machine,
That's funny.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
My kids loved it.
Yeah.
You
Things you think about. It's funny. I remember listening to Dr. Demento and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like, and of course, Weird Al was. We went to see Weird Al a couple of years ago in New Hampshire.
How was that?
I'll tell you what. He came out with a symphony, like an orchestra. It was the only time he'd ever done this. The first whole set was just a symphony playing stuff from Indiana Jones and Superman and Star Wars, which I was like, okay, I've seen the Bangor Symphony and they do that stuff and they're great. So the whole first set was that, but then it was the symphony with them, and it was fantastic.
But that's a great gag,
It is.
Like
it really is.
Like Weird Al would
45 minutes of just stuff from movie themes, and they were great.
That's brilliant.
Yeah,
it's actually brilliant.
And then he finally come up for the second act, and but man, I'll just tell you, it was one of those things where it was kind of weird that he didn't do any Michael Jackson covers. Jeez, that came in.
Hello?
Something on my thing over there. I didn't mute it. Well, if we hear some bings and bangs, this is the first show, folks, by the way. Very first Sideways Talk with Riff Johnson.
Sideways Talk with Riff Johnson.
Yeah, because I have a song called Sideways, and I'm probably
do.
I'm probably going to work it into the intro. And
I played the crap out of that song, too. That's a good song.
It was fun. It's had a few different versions, and I might, in August, when I'm on my way to New York and then Nashville, I might stop in Boston and record it at a friend's studio.
Oh, cool.
It's just not quite in my head. I can hear it now how I want it, and I'm learning to do it all myself, but I don't think I'm there yet. So I'd like to have it really nicely produced and exactly what's up in here. So, but anyway, so that's Sideways Talk, and then Weird Al,
yes,
yes, he wasn't doing the Michael Jackson thing due to the more recent allegations and stuff at that time.
Yeah,
and so there's quite a few songs in his catalog. I mean, I wanted to hear him say "Eat It," and I'm fat.
Sure.
I'm fat.
Yeah,
really fat. So he had some of those songs that he didn't play, which
it's kind of like how you just don't see the Cosby Show on cable anymore.
That's such a. He came to Q106 and all that.
Oh, I
a
know.
few years back.
I know.
And everybody met him, and then all that stuff came out, and it's just like, it's so hard because, and I don't know if that's even a topic we want to get into, but the Cosby Show itself,
Yeah, it was brilliant.
it was so brilliant.
Yeah.
And who didn't want to have him be your dad or be Theo's friend, or and all these characters were so wonderful, and there was always like a moral to it. And
But there was so much great stuff on that program too.
sure was.
It's like I remember there was a show where Theo was like, he's going on, Dad, I just want to be myself,
Yeah.
I want to be me, I want to, live my own life and follow my own way. And so he went on and on like this.
Yeah.
And then after he's done, Cos just looked at him and says, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And you just never know.
it was so funny. The one episode I remember the most was Bill Cosby would go to like his wife, and he'd be like, now listen, I forget people's names, Felicia Rashad, whatever her character's name was.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, honey, if I was to die tomorrow, and she's looking at him like, and he doesn't say nothing. He goes, and he's like, okay. And then he goes over to one of the daughters, Rudy or somebody, and he goes, honey, if I was to die tomorrow, he starts, and then she's looking at him like, okay, yeah. And he's just like, he's got this look on his face. He walks over to Theo. Theo comes in the room, in the kitchen, and he goes, Theo, if I was to die tomorrow, and Theo goes, Dad, I'd be torn to shreds. He goes, I'm buying you a new car. Let's go. Like, just kind of a funny.
By the way, have you seen Rudy lately?
No,
She's like 40 and she's hot.
I'm not surprised.
No, I'm not.
That's
either.
good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Isn't it funny the people that you watch grow up on TV or whatever?
Right. But it's really too bad that the whole thing came out about Cos, because he was, America's beloved dad,
Yep.
And the best description I've heard about that was Jimmy J.J. Walker. Somebody was interviewing him, and Jimmy says, all those years, all that work, and I listened to him when I was a kid. My father loved it.
His stand up.
Yeah,
And he was clean.
Yeah, clean stand up.
Which is Richard Pryor was not, but yeah.
Yeah. No, he was
No,
not.
he was not.
But yeah, and Jimmy says all that work, all that time, all that career, etch a sketch, man.
Well,
just
I'll tell
roll
you,
it over and
it's a
shake
tough,
it.
That's a tough thing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard some interesting, and some of the podcasters I listen to have mentioned things, and some famous people and things that they know, and I don't really want to get into that, but it is. It's just it's unreal. It's
It's etch a sketch.
yeah. And what a weird. And then at first we were all like, well, don't ruin my childhood, but these are things that had to be dealt with, and he's in prison now. And
Yeah, exactly.
it's too bad. What a monster, and but so strange that we got those amazing work of art from people. And
Exactly.
anyway, let's move on from that shit.
Let's do.
I wasn't gonna swear today.
Yeah.
Just because my buddy Dave's here.
Yeah.
First show. It can kind of go however we want. Well, it'll be interesting to see different guests and how this works. But I'm excited about it. I think people are going to listen to this.
Oh,
Dave.
yeah.
It's funny to me because I've heard Dave on the radio for years, and now I hear his voice literally in my headphones.
Right, sure.
And it's nostalgic in a way. I was going to show you something. So just a little bit about myself.
Hey, we're supposed to be talking about me.
We are. Let's just talk about you.
No, let's talk about you.
Just for a minute. So,
Okay.
in January, I started playing online.
Right.
I started playing like on Facebook Live, and I felt like an idiot. It felt weird. But then I started like literally singing to my phone.
Right.
And because I am a professional musician, I guess you can call yourself that if you get paid to do it.
Why not?
Yeah. Let's
just say.
For the sake of argument, we'll say I'm a professional. We won't say what level I'm at.
Let's just say.
But I started Facebook Live, and I started seeing people on there, and I just started seeing the comments. And as I was reading the comments, I was like, oh, this is kind of like music in a conversation. Mm-hmm. And that's how I took it. So I would sing some, and I'd stop and talk to people and just say, hey, how are you? And just
Right.
The weirdest thing is just some people giving me feedback. Just me just saying, how are you? And they're just like, oh, my God. I can go listen to somebody sing, and it's better than a concert in a way.
Right.
I would love to go see a concert. By the way, I mean I'm itching to go. I think we all are.
Right. The last concert I went to was the one with Hart and Sheryl Crow.
Oh, it's so good.
Were you there?
I was there,
that
and
was a great show. Elle King.
Elle King. She was great.
She's Rob Schneider's daughter.
Rob Schneider's daughter.
Did you know that?
Who would have known? Yes, I did.
Exactly.
But amazing.
Of course you did.
And I went to see Bryan Adams, which I know you've seen Bryan Adams a couple years earlier.
We saw him that last time he was here. Yeah.
And this most recent time too. It was like maybe 2 years ago. He was here again. Yeah, that was a smaller show. But like you said, even when you went, because I remember I wasn't there, but I could hear him from the hill in Bangor during Summer '69, and you're like hit after hit after hit for 2 hours or more, and you knew all the songs, and that is what it was. And amazing.
And you throw in a couple of new songs, because he had a record out, so you throw in a couple of new songs, but he knows, as you know, that people want to hear the hits,
They do. And they do. And yes, I do that too. I am going to focus a little more, I think, in the future on my originals, and I have a whole nother album in my mind.
Good.
Which I'm excited about to start putting out. But I do fall into let's just make everybody happy and let's have a party or best you can.
Oh, yeah.
And some nights it's always a different show.
But do you play Wagon Wheel?
It depends on how much I tip, Dave. I do. I can throw down Wagon Wheel. I've done it a few times.
Yeah.
Well, when my buddy Mike Labrie, who owns Cozy Corner Store up there in Orrington,
right?
Or Orrington, I think it's Orrington. When he calls in and says, "I would like some Bon Jovi, and my daughter McKenna wants to hear Wagon Wheel." I'm like, you got to do it for a kid.
Yeah. You can't break our kid's heart.
And that's literally what it is. And it's so cool on Facebook. They're way over on the other part of Maine, or it's not that far. It's like an hour away, and it's not even. And and they just literally just writing that, and then I can just do the request, and and it's so much fun. And it doesn't. People can tip if they want; they don't have to. But it's a show, and I am gaining followers and fans, which I'm really surprised. It's worked out like it has. So I started in January, and I got to the point where I was like, man, I got to kind of corral some people better than a fan page. Fan pages are tough because even though I have 10,000 people in there, it has hardly any interaction when I post stuff.
Right.
But a fan group is a lot different.
The Riffer Addicts.
The Riffer Addicts is what we came up with.
Why not?
Reefer Addicts was the joke.
Addict?
Yeah. And it was
there's probably a few among them.
Oh, plenty, I'm sure.
You think?
Which it's not the same as it used to be.
No.
It used to be, oh man, he's a reefer. His life's going nowhere. You're not going to get a job.
Right. And now people have got jobs selling reefer.
I mean, they all do it. Bill Gates, I don't care who you are, the people that are, they use it for inspiration. They use it to chill out. They use it for pain. They use it for, it's a natural thing. I'm all for, I don't care for it. I don't care for what it does to me. But I mean, for anybody that's got pain or they just want to chill out, I'm pretty chill as it is. And it just doesn't, I don't really. Yeah.
If you was any more chill, you'd be ice, brother. I almost dropped a.
I know. Well, anyway, it's not the Cosby Show.
No. I was going to Samuel Jackson territory.
Yes. That's just like that's his that's embellishment at that point. Here's
bong.
I know what's going on. I can't turn it off.
Right.
I'll figure that out for the future.
Yeah.
For our next guest, whenever that is. So anyway, the Riffer Addict. So I was a little, just to let people know, I was a little skeptical or a little leery about using the word addicts because friends that are addicts to things, and I mean, I'm probably a food addict.
Yeah. But Mike Curtis has got the Blast Addicts.
And he was a Blast Addicts, which is a great name.
Which was, super. And a good band, too.
And amazing band.
Yeah.
The Riffer Addicts, and just the word addict and people in recovery and all this. But I kind of label it as, it's a healthy addiction you can feel good about, whatever.
There you go.
It's music. It's, maybe we're not all right. Which is kind of cool. We're maybe little misfit toys here. Which is cool.
I've been living on that island a long time.
Dave owns about 180 acres on
the island of misfit toys. Yes.
So anyway, since February to today, which is 3 months, it has grown from 0 to 860 something people.
Is it really that many?
It's that many already. And I might have invited like 100, and 100 people did not come into it. It's all self-propelled. All the people are sharing it with their friends.
Cool.
And which I think is way better than just say, hey, will you like my page? Hey, will you like my group? Hey, will you?
Right.
If you don't want to be in there, you shouldn't be.
Right, exactly.
Don't do it as a favor. I mean, people just want to be nice and like, well, Riff's
Well,
doing-
that's the only reason I did it.
Oh, well, thank you, Dave. I mean, but if if you get on there one night and you're like, I got to second guess my life here and my choices and my friends and
Exactly.
and you want to bail, it's cool. Some people have already worked their way out, and it's great. It's going to become. It's for me. It's like a community. It's like it's a group of people, and I think what I figured out within the last month is that it's not really necessarily about me. It's people get on there and they're talking back and forth. Hey, how are you? Oh, good to see you.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. And they're going on and on. It's like I'm the soundtrack to their conversations sometimes, which I'm fine with that.
That's fine.
It's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's way cool. So I've been to the point now where it's like, man, I got to make merch. I got to make T-shirts and
Sure.
keep the thing going. And as I go on tour, I just know more people are going to want to see this crazy person from Maine
Sure.
going across the country in Nashville. And I can do a Facebook Live anywhere. And
Right,
I'll just
exactly.
literally go to the Parthenon in Nashville and be like, all right, guys, this is
Sure.
what it is. And this is a 40-foot tall statue of Athena. The thing's going off. But I wanted to click on this. So you can't describe this because only about 3 people have seen this so far.
Okay, so I'm going to see.
This is the new logo. I'm going to put on shirts, on hats, on thongs. I don't probably not thongs, but maybe.
Hey,
if
we've got WKIT has thongs
They do?
with Dougie on the front.
with Dougie, the undead.
And you can take credit. They were going to have a contest.
Yeah.
To name the new mascot, which became Dougie, and they were going to have a contest, and give away some prize for who came up with the best name. And I went to Bobby Russell, and I said, "What about Doug Graves?"
Yep.
Because Stephen
Yeah,
King,
he's digging a
Doug
grave.
digging a grave,
Right.
Doug Graves, and he says, "Okay, we're not going to have the contest."
Oh, that was it.
That was
and you
it.
thought of it. You did.
Yeah.
You put it into the contest.
Yeah, I named Dougie.
That's so funny.
That is one of
That's cool.
That's one of the great prides of my life is that
Yeah.
I named Dougie.
If you're anywhere in the world that's not here, near Bangor, Maine, you can go to. Is it WKITFM.com?
I think it's HD.com.
I think you're right. I think it's WKITHD.com.
Something like that, yeah.
Or just go on the search and look for Stephen King's Radio 100.3
Yeah.
WKIT. You'll find it.
Yeah.
And you can check out this creature. He's a dude from the dead. It's Dougie Graves.
The undead Dougie Graves.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this guy right here, Dave Isaac, made that happen. That's the name.
I did name Dougie. I didn't even get a free T-shirt for doing that.
No.
I got nothing.
Did they
I
give-
got bupkis.
And overtime, nothing.
I got
Yeah.
bupkis.
I used to work for my dad in the trash company, and
Right.
and he would always, it'd be like Friday. I'd be a teenager, and it'd be like a Friday or my early 20s, a Friday at 5, 8 o'clock, and I'd be like, why am I still working? Like, I'm giving you overtime. I'm giving you extra money. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I just want to go hang out with my friends, Dad.
Yeah.
I don't want to work Saturday.
But-
Come on, I'm going to Fun Town.
Did he in fact give you the extra money?
Well, I mean, the company did.
Yeah, okay.
So, he didn't have a choice. We at least had some legal pull there.
Yeah. Well, so there's that.
Yeah, there's that. All right, so kind of like you said, about 1:30 in the morning, I was sitting there this last night, and I'm like, okay, I want to come up with this logo. I got the font I think I want to use. I want like a mascot or a symbol or something to represent something, the Riffer Addicts. And I think I found it. And literally,
Okay.
So Paige, my friend in Canada, who's kind of helping me with stuff, I kind of sent it to her. Check this out. And she's like, oh, that's cool. Maybe change the font here. And okay.
Oh,
Then
I know.
can-
I
you
know. It's a hypodermic needle in the shape of a guitar.
Wow. If this triggers you, you can call your local help center and no, it's not that. But
that would be cool.
It would be something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hypodermic needle look like a guitar. My mind didn't go there, but it's actually a character that I think when I first saw it, I was just like, "This is cool," but I don't know if I can justify it. And then after about putting the font on there and everything, I'm like, "This is fucking cool." I had to say "fucking" because I think
Sure. Okay.
All right, ready. And you might not like it, Dave. I mean, you can be honest, but don't describe it because I don't want people to know yet. But I feel good about this.
Okay. Let's see this thing.
Where is this thing? Ready?
Yeah. Do it.
No, not that. Not that.
No.
I don't know who they are. It's not them.
Who are those people?
Okay, it's right here. Ready?
Okay.
And action.
Oh, man.
So, okay, you're taking it in for the first time. Can you see it okay from there?
I can see it.
Okay.
I can see it.
And I was just like, I was looking
my.
at that image last night, and I bought it because they can do that now. And I just did the font, which actually I took the font from my Left on Red band part of the font, and because I liked it, and it looked a certain way, and then I just matched the colors to match it, and I think it's cool as hell.
I like it.
You like it?
Oh.
Dave approves, folks. It's different. And I kind of think it looks a little bit like me, the hair.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah. And the glasses,
It's something I would do. Something foolish.
You would do that.
I would probably do that.
I can see you doing that. I can see you wearing those glasses. you
Yeah.
know?
So the only thing we've given you so far, there's hair and there's glasses.
Right.
So that leaves a little mystery.
And it's like cool 80s glasses.
And it is. And that was part of it because it's so funny. Anybody that knows me and has come to know me on the Riffer Addicts knows I'm into that, all that Back to the Future, some of my memorabilia.
Oh, yeah.
I've got things. I've got the license plate from the Back to the Future mobile. And
There's really a lot to look at in this room.
there's quite a bit. And I'm going to have to take it all down. A friend of mine gave me that Rush poster, that thing in the thing. It was awesome from a studio.
Right.
Freddie Mercury's right behind you. Like
Yep.
he's going to whack you or something. And then my friend Kathy, who drew Chris Cornell and
Right.
Randy Rhoads and Stevie Ray Vaughan's over there.
Yep.
That's amazing. Well, you've been here before.
I've been here.
You know these things.
I've been here.
So anyway, that's
And you
gonna,
just gave me the Burger King guy there.
I did.
The Manners Big Boy.
So you called it, what was it? The Manners?
It was a chain when I was growing up in Cleveland. It was a chain of restaurants called Manners Restaurants.
Okay.
Then they had the franchise in Cleveland for the Big Boy. So
The Big Boy, yeah.
Yeah.
When I was in Massachusetts or Rhode Island,
Yeah.
it was Abdow's Big Boy. Does that sound
Really?
right?
No.
Something like that.
It doesn't sound familiar, but
I think that's what it was called. I could ask my cousins in
Yeah.
Connecticut if that sounds right. But the Big Boy, the guy with the little
Yeah.
slicky hair thing, and it's just nostalgic. I found that at Hobby Lobby, and I'm glad you're taking it because I got to put all this stuff in storage when I leave, and I don't know when I'll be back.
like I'm probably the only person you know who has a connection to that.
Yeah.
That icon there.
Yeah. It's awesome. That's
Cool.
That's the same reason I got it. Was
That's
'cause I
going
was
up on the wall
That's cool. I like that.
in the Dave Cave.
Dave, you'll always have a piece of me.
I'm not even going to go there.
Smart.
Yeah.
We got to keep it.
Yeah.
We don't want the FTC or the the different groups that don't like certain things.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you like the logo. I think that's going to be.
That's cool.
I think it's
I
going
like
to be
it.
cool. I think I could see that on a hat, on
So
a shirt.
when are you going to unveil this?
I don't know yet because I need to send it to. I'm working with a new company, so I've always done merch through someone local or something that they would. Or the CDs was disc makers, and I just got 300 more CDs. So I sold 300
Oh, yeah.
CDs.
Oh, nice.
That's not bad for however few years I've been doing it.
Yeah.
just nonchalant. And now there's a demand for CDs again.
But people, I didn't have to pay for mine,
No, of course not. And I signed that shit.
right?
I just keep hesitating on swearing. I'll get used to it eventually.
I don't fucking worry about it.
Oh, it's on. But anyway, no, I just got 300 more CDs, so
Right.
I'm going to send out a bunch. And I got T-shirts from Portland, a guy in Portland, and
Right.
all that stuff. And then but now I'm working with Teespring, is a company where they do it all for you. They ship it for you,
Right.
And you make some money. You can adjust how much money you make by how much you make the price of the.
So
I'm
this company would be like on demand. They don't keep a warehouse full
Exactly.
of Riff shirts. Somebody orders one, they
make it.
Yeah, they make it. And so that's the same thing as KIT does with our merch.
Oh, as you should.
Yeah. Because I mean, you don't want a box of 150 or 200 Dougie thongs sitting around the warehouse,
Or do you?
Or do you?
But no, you're exactly right. So
Yeah, exactly.
At this point, I'm going to take the riff shirts with me, the ones I had from even 3 years ago. A lot of them. I'll probably order a few more, and then I'll have that merch with me, and I'll try to do something where if someone's at a show, because that's the thing. The thing I found at shows, if you don't have it or anywhere, if you go into a music shop and they're like, "Well, we don't have that amp in stock, but we can order it for you," someone's going to be like,
Exactly.
Like I don't have these
Well,
shirts
I guess
here.
I'll go to Musician's Friend then, won't I?
Well, exactly. And then, but I could say, if you order tonight right here on this app, you can get it for like 10% off or something.
Right.
And people are like, oh, and they'll ship it right to your house in a couple
Right.
days. It'll be there, and it'll be amazing.
It will be.
So I think that's how I'm going to handle it. I'll probably get a few made up and bring them with me just so they can see them and feel
Like
them.
a mock-up.
Yeah, exactly. And but I don't know. I'm pretty excited about it.
That would look really good on a thong.
It probably could. We'll take a poll. We'll see what. But so the point is, I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
Teespring, load up the image, and order a few different things. I want to see the quality. I want to
Right.
figure that if because they have different levels of quality and if I feel like it's really cheesy or something,
Right.
I'm not gonna use that. But I will
That's a
try
good
to.
idea.
I'll try to take a hit because
Yeah.
you can adjust them. I'm gonna try to keep things like shirts and stuff around $20 somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Because once you start getting, because I could make them $40 and keep a huge profit.
Yeah, you could.
But if I make $5 or $6 on it, I'll be happy. And
Yeah, well, think about this though. If you sell 6 shirts for $40,
Yep.
right? Yeah, you're gonna make some money. But if you sell 40 shirts for $20, you just made more money, didn't you?
very true.
Exactly.
It's a good point.
I'm smarter than I look. Which is a good thing.
And these guys can't see you, so
Yeah.
you just have to take our word for it.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Can't
say,
see you either, pal.
that's true, but they see me all
Yeah,
the
that's
time.
true.
I was gonna say that's the reasoning with I've been reading some books on the music industry. A manager will start taking maybe 15-20% of an artist thing, but as they grow as an artist and get bigger, they'll take a smaller percentage because a big percent of a small number is one thing, but a small percent of a very large number is way
yeah.
more.
Oh, yeah.
It's business thinking that not everybody would think of when you're thinking of the immediate profit.
Right, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, I would just love to have a million people wearing stuff that has my logo or my name on
Right,
it. And
sure.
And that's worth not making money. Just whatever. Just here, wear this.
But it's better when you do.
It helps when you do.
It helps when you do.
It's an interesting day. It's an interesting time
Yes.
for music. Now I feel like I've talked about myself for an hour.
You have.
I don't even know how long. Honestly, does it say how long we've been talking?
Well, we started at 3:30. It's 4:21.
Holy cow!
Yeah,
An
I know,
hour?
right?
Almost. An hour could be comfortable.
I was thinking. You
were like, 30 minutes?
We'll knock out about 30 minutes here. That'll be it.
It goes by.
Yeah, it does.
It's like being on the radio show with you.
Yeah, well, that's why you're talking about yourself because you think you're back on Homemade Jam. You're having
That's
a
right.
flashback.
Sorry, folks. We're trying to reverse the roles. And
It didn't work.
yeah, I remember someone telling me that though. When you go on a radio show, don't mention other radio shows. You might have told me that.
I told you that.
You told me that. Okay, I was thinking maybe I can say now. Rob Kennedy from WTOS. Yes, like when you that was some great. Here's some. Hey, folks, this is some. So if you're a musician and you want to get on the radio and do an interview or whatever, which I anticipate doing a lot of interviews on my tour. When you get to that radio station, this is what Dave Isaac taught me.
Yes.
Be all about that radio station.
Yeah.
Don't mention other radio stations, other programs, other DJs. You are at WKIT. You love WKIT. You
Exactly right.
You're grateful for WKIT.
Yes, you are.
In that 20 minutes or whatever it is, it's all about WKIT.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's not about the radio station, but like I remember I had a band in one time to talk. I says, "So where can people hear your band?" And the first thing out of his mouth is, "Oh, you can hear us on TOS."
And you're like, sorry.
Exactly.
Next guest.
I let it go, but I never had them back.
I feel fortunate now. I've been on so many times. Dave, sometimes you would have me on as a last minute thing, like literally just like, When was it? Prince died.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, yeah,
literally
yeah.
like, hey man, you around? You want to come in and just hang out? And I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
I think you learned a Prince song, or
I
you
learned
knew it.
7.
Yeah.
Which was one of my favorite ones.
I think we used. Yeah.
That was fun. And
I think we had one on there.
yeah, I think I might have done 2. I might have done When Doves Cry and 7. But it was so fun. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go learn this real quick on my phone, and which was a song I loved growing up. And yeah, and it's just so funny. It's fun just co-hosting and just
exactly.
coming in, and I appreciate that because it got me used to talking, and it got me used to not swearing, which is really weird. I didn't know how you did it. The light goes on. Dave does not swear.
Yeah,
and I'm sitting here like, I hope I don't mess up. I hope I don't fuck up.
Yeah, and meanwhile, the whole time leading up to the show, I'm like, I'm
a sailor
because I got that kind of mouth, But you learn to turn it off.
Yeah, I remember.
Sometimes you have to say "fuck Choster" on the radio.
Fuck Choster. That must have been. You must have been mortified.
I was mortified at myself.
And then Chuck Foster actually said, "You know what? Don't worry about it, man."
Yeah, exactly.
Happens.
So, but you do that a few times, and
I have never actually sworn on the radio, so I've done well. I've learned from you.
Well, the funniest thing, and there's people who still remember this and remind me of this. Okay. I was on the air one night, and I accidentally left the microphone on because you know how I would answer the phone through the microphone, right?
Yep.
I accidentally, and this guy had been calling me up all night and just being stupid and being ignorant,
Yeah.
And so I said to him, dude, really, I've had enough of you tonight. Off is where you should be fucking. And that went all out there. And there are people who still remind me of that.
Oh, what a cool moment, though. I think that's legendary, in my opinion.
It might have been.
Off is where you should be fucking.
Yes. Because the guy had been calling me like every 15 minutes, and he'd be asking for just these songs that don't exist, just making up stupid shit to ask me, And finally, I just had enough. And off is where you should be fucking.
Poor Melissa Etheridge just going, I would dial the numbers just to listen to your breath. Off is where you should be fucking.
Exactly.
I like that.
You should put that in a song.
What's that? Just off is where you should be fucking?
Yeah.
Good. I don't have many that have swears. Did I swear on my album?
I don't think so.
I think I swear in the live versions.
Yeah.
In some of them.
Yeah.
Sideways, I think I do.
Yeah. But it's still usually just a damn,
Yeah.
Which isn't really swearing. I mean,
not these days.
not anymore.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, that jumps me.
There's so many better words these days,
There are. Yeah, we can be a little more creative, a little more.
Yeah. Or you can just go Sam Jackson,
Yeah. Listen, mother.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what you. I love that.
Yeah.
He's in like 100-something movies, or I can't remember.
Oh, yeah.
It's unreal. I'm on a movie.
I love Sam Jackson.
Me too.
Yeah.
Always a good decision. Sam Jackson, or whatever it was, not Sam Adams, but.
But did you ever hear about the thing he did for Snakes on a Plane?
I mean, I know I'm tired of these mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that line, how that came to be.
Oh, no.
There was that line.
Yep.
There was an internet. Somebody came up with the idea that he should write that he should say that line in the movie.
Yep.
And there was an internet campaign. There was an online campaign to get him. So he had them put that in the movie.
Yep.
So, I am tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Yeah. And it was just this huge internet campaign to get him to, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. It was such a well-known thing.
Exactly. But it came about, basically, he played a request.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone says, this is what he should say. How interesting.
Yeah.
And that part of history might not have ever happened, and you just have to go with Black Snake Moan or whatever that movie was.
Yeah. Oh, well,
I never saw it actually. Should I?
Man.
I probably should.
Did you ever hear the song that he sang in that?
No.
He sang a blues song because his character in Black Snake Moan was an old blues guy.
Yeah.
And, but, you've got to listen to it sometime.
I'll watch it.
Watch it, or at least just,
Look up
watch.
that song.
No, you should, you definitely want to watch it on YouTube,
Okay.
Samuel Jackson,
Black Snake Moan song, whatever.
song from Black Snake Moan. You're going to love it. It's kind of based on the old song Stagger Lee.
Yeah, Stagger Lee.
Yeah, shot Billy, shot that boy so bad. Which I used to play in a band.
Yeah.
But it's kind of that sort of thing,
Yeah.
But
I guess I'll just have to. And if you don't know at home, just go to YouTube and look up Black Snake Moan song Samuel L. Jackson,
yeah.
or watch the movie.
And it's funny because you usually see him with like either the Jerry curls like he had in Pulp Fiction, or
Yep.
a lot of times he's shaved bald. But in this, he's got like
The sideburn things, and he looks crazy.
yeah, he's bald on top, and he's got the white sidewalls there, and it just doesn't you can almost not even see him.
Oh, that's funny.
Because he disappeared into that character so well.
Oh, he's amazing.
He really
Incredible
is.
stuff. That's so funny. And as you mentioned that, I forgot about even chatting about your bands and stuff, and
Yeah.
being in bands and playing like the Bangor Fair and
Yeah, I played Bangor Fair. We opened it was at the time, because I did like rock bands all through the 70s.
Yeah.
Played guitar in rock bands. Some good, some lesser, lesser than good. But we opened for Freddie Fender
oh wow,
at the Bangor State
it's a
Fair.
pretty big deal.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
He's a real nice guy too, by the way.
Freddie Fender.
Yeah,
Who knew?
We opened for Freddie Fender and played our little country rock dee.
Yeah.
And
That's cool.
Eagles covers, and stuff like that.
Yeah. The good stuff, by the way, if you're looking for inspiration.
Yeah, exactly.
Now the guy's mowing the lawn out here.
Oh, great.
He's like, all right, guys, time to wrap it up.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is, and that's cool. This has been a great time.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I was going to say, that was the thing about fairs back then. People were there.
Yeah.
You've been to Bangor Fair in the last decade?
Yeah, there's nobody there.
Sucks.
They're in crap.
I played. Well, we had that show that I had to bring my PA out, and holy
God,
shit,
yes.
that was a debacle.
Oh my God! Because they said, "Yeah, we got a 6-channel board for you."
Oh, my
and it's great. And then they come out and they bring in this little PV thing with little tiny speakers.
It was literally the Fender Passport, which is not a bad
Yeah.
system for a solo act.
and a room about this size.
Yes, but that was a long time.
And then God bless them. The next week, we did 2 of those.
Yeah.
The first one, it did all right, But there was one big rock band that they didn't even know if they were going to go on or not.
Yeah.
They finally decided to. And but then the next week, we've talked about Sierra and Jared.
Yeah.
And they brought all that equipment and
so much
that
better.
was great.
It sounded so good.
It was great. I mean, there wasn't that many people who came over to see it.
I know.
But it was cool anyway.
Yeah.
But it sounded great. I don't care who heard it.
Yeah.
It sounded great. But
You
they
were there.
stuck us on this stupid stage out back of the out back of the friggin' grandstands.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nobody knew they were there.
No, unless you're following them somehow on social media. Yeah, it was just
Yeah.
But
and poor Sarah, that was her job. Sarah is now Sarah.
Screaming Sarah.
Is now Sarah with
Arlen.
with Arlen and
yeah.
Kid Kelly, and she's and that's another thing I take credit for.
Sarah.
Yep,
She's awesome.
she is awesome.
We love her. Sarah, we love you.
Sarah is just mind-blowingly awesome. She's a musician. She has worked in the medical profession. She was working in the medical profession. We got rid of somebody who was just being a jerk on the air.
Yeah.
So we needed a new afternoon personality on Saturday.
Yeah.
And I know she had always been interested in it. So I contacted her and says, you want to try out for this? So she made this monster audition tape, sent it to Bobby Russell, and he hired her. She'd never done radio in her life.
So she didn't have to go in person. She's like, here, check this out.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then she came in for interviews and just knocked him dead with her personality, which is
awesome.
like, she's just got this massive personality.
Did you get to see Bangtown Time Bomb?
Bangtown, I never got to see them,
awesome.
but I just love that name, you know?
Yeah.
The Bangtown Time Bomb. What a great band, too, and she was so good in it.
Yes.
You know?
I don't even know if I told her this, but Raven, which is Trisha's band,
Right.
Trisha and Amber
Sure.
and Brent and everybody, Mark, played at Sea Dog one night, and then Bangtown Time Bomb played last. And Seether was in town. So,
Oh, yeah?
So Sean Morgan was there, and we were all kind of hanging out with him, and he was just like at the bar, and he was just like, dude, Bangtown Time Bomb is a great name.
Yeah.
Sean Morgan from Seether. I don't even know if I told Sarah that.
Oh.
But he was just like, what a great name for a band.
Yeah.
And that was kind of cool. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that was probably one of those times that I had to work. And I couldn't,
You probably were, sir.
Oh, yes. I miss so much stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I've got these regrets now. It's like, I missed, you know I love Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
Absolutely.
And, of course, he opened for Van Halen.
Yeah, we were there, yeah.
And I should, it's like, why didn't I take that night off?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you can still see Kenny, but I'll never see Eddie now.
I know. Oh, my God, dude. Oh, so you didn't go to that show?
I couldn't.
Oh,
I had
working.
to work that night.
Ah!
But
Yeah.
I should have taken the night off. I wish I had. There's a lot of that too. That was the downside of doing the night show,
Yep.
is the stuff I missed. You know.
Same with gigging. I can't see other bands when I'm playing.
exactly.
It happens all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Danielle, my friend Danielle Willie, won tickets from WKIT to that Van Halen Kenny Wayne Shepherd show.
Oh, really?
So Kenny Wayne Shepherd played, and we were way back. Which is we were there. We were there for free.
Sure.
Jeez, way back, and for Kenny Wayne Shepherd, and we were just like, in intermission, we're like, why don't we just go down front and see what's literally we were like 11 rows from the front.
Yeah.
And no one was sitting there. So we went right in and sat. We watched the whole Van Halen show for free.
Nice.
Like, literally, I could have, I'm trying to think of a good word, thrown a rock or spit or whatever on Van Halen. He was right there.
don't wanna do
I wouldn't want to do
that.
any of that, but I'm just saying I was that close.
But you could have.
But we could have, and it would have been terrible. But I'll tell you, it was incredibly humid and raining a little bit. And that man was flawless. I had never seen Van Halen before, always been a fan.
Yep.
Became a bigger fan that night.
Sure.
And the vocal, which is funny, I mean, David Lee Roth is who he is.
Yeah.
We know
Dave
he's
is
not,
Dave.
we know he's not a great singer.
No, but he's a magnificent front man.
He was amazing as a frontman. I
Yeah.
loved him so much. I don't think they should have done I'll Wait, because that was way off, but he didn't do too bad,
Yeah.
I didn't think. But the Van Halens, all three of them, Wolfie was there,
Yep.
and Alex and Eddie, the vocals were phenomenal.
Yeah.
Their harmonies were perfect. And in just watching him play guitar, for how humid it was, that what blew me away.
Yeah.
And of course he's got a guitar tech there, and they're doing whatever probably, and maybe wiping it down for him or
Sure.
something. But man, that guy did not. It was incredible. So
Yeah.
I'm fortunate that I did get to see him, but I feel bad you had to work.
I do too.
Yeah. Trisha was there.
That's one of my regrets. That.
Yep.
I probably could have got somebody to cover.
Yeah.
But
we didn't know. We didn't know it was going to be that epic.
Right.
I was going to say Tom Petty. Ever seen him?
Tom Petty. Yes, I did.
Okay, I never did. I
I
passed it
saw-
up. I passed it up in Portland. I should have gone.
I saw him during the Touring the Great Wide Open show.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That must have. Well, I mean, that's peak. That's like
That's
Petty.
a magnificent show,
Petty to the max.
And similarly, my wife's sister's husband worked for the Record Town chain, Strawberries.
Yes,
You remember those?
I remember them well. Love those places.
He was like a district manager.
Yeah.
So
So you get tickets and stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
so
what a cool hookup.
Not only did I see, and we were like maybe the 15th row or something like that.
That's awesome.
So it was pretty close. And so I get to see that show for free, courtesy of Victor Castro.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you for being.
Thank you, Victor.
Thank you for existing.
I never don't thank Vic for that. You know,
That's cool.
Yeah,
When in doubt, thank Vic.
yeah, exactly.
Wow, man, this has been awesome. I mean, I'm sure we could talk all day.
Seemingly,
Yeah. Well, who would have thought, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you, I think that's the trick. Is literally just talk about whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, we didn't have anything written down.
Nope.
I literally said, "Is there anything you don't want to talk about?" And Dave's like, "Nope, not really." Dave brought his own guitar. He made out of a cigar box. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
my cigar box guitar. I was
That's
gonna
so cool.
if things got stupid, I was gonna play the thing. But now I'm not.
I think we did all right.
Yeah, we done good.
On the next show. Maybe we'll have to.
We're done good there, Riffer.
I'm impressed. I think we did all right. I'd like to thank our sponsors. Well, we don't have any sponsors right now.
But the cigar box guitar sounds like.
There you go. I can hear it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It looks way cool.
Yeah, it is.
We'll have to take a picture together.
An Arturo Fuente guitar box with a neck made out of a chunk of wood I got up at Lowe's.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is.
You're a crafty person, sir.
Yes, sir. I try to be.
I'm not. I don't do anything with wood.
That's not what I've heard.
Oh! Bang!
Yeah.
We'll be here all night, but not really. So you're gonna go grab some
Try
pizza.
the meal.
Bring some pizza back home to the wife.
Yes.
She's wonderful. Tell her I said hi.
Oh, okay. I
Always,
will do
always
that.
so nice to me.
I'm going to go down to the Unity House of Pizza.
Yes, we'd like to thank our sponsors. I mean, they pay me to play there sometimes when
Right.
it's not COVID-y out, which I hope changes soon.
Well, you can take that out.
What's that?
You can cut that out and you can fix that in editing.
What about when it's not so COVID-y out?
Yeah. No, mentioning the Unity House of Pizza.
Oh, I like it. I'm leaving it in there. I don't care.
Yeah.
I like those guys. We have a blast.
I like that.
I love playing there. That I'll tell you, that's a gig that's only 4 miles from my house. So real quick, if you're wondering about playing music or whatever, I always think about the distance, how much fun the place is, how much they pay,
Right.
How much, or if you're gonna get tipped or whatever, or how fun it is. Those are like the things to really think about. Super close, doesn't pay well. Just saying.
But the pizza is phenomenal.
The food's great, and the people are so much fun, and
Yeah.
they will tip. So for me, and it's 4 miles from my house, so so the equation works out.
Yeah.
It's a blast, and literally I'm home in like 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry to pull you out there, V, but you don't pay that well for. But it's a small place. What can you do? You know.
Yeah. I remember the one time I have been there, it's like, hey, did you put like an egg wash on your pizza crust? And he's like, I'm not giving away my secrets.
Oh, it's very crispy. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's an interesting.
Well, that's what I think it is.
I never thought of that. That's an
I
interesting.
think it's an egg wash.
Because how else? I mean, that makes sense. Because it's almost sheeny and shiny and
Exactly.
and it's crunchy.
He wouldn't
which-
admit it.
That's interesting though, because that could make it crunchier, probably.
Yeah.
Good thinking there, Dave. Dave is also a great cook, and he's always making.
Actually, I
briskets,
am.
and You're always got the brisket in the
Smoker. In the pit boss,
Looks
baby.
So good.
Get that in the pit boss.
Wow. All right, are we going to end this thing?
Let's end this
I
thing.
got to come over to the thing. So, Dave, thank you so much. I appreciate our friendship, and wherever I end up going on tour and all that, and we'll keep in touch. And if this thing, whatever, it gets and if it doesn't get popular, you can come on the show again.
Ah, well,
And,
okay.
We'll do what we can do.
I can yak for another hour.
Yeah, there'll probably be some outro music. I don't even know yet. So
Yeah.
So this is the first one. We don't even know the dates at the beginning. So
That's all, folks.
all right, we're out. Where's the damn button?
I'm falling sideways.